Hi guys, I was asked if I would show how I've been making my paper flowers for my mother-in-law's flower wreath that I'm making her for Mother's Day, and so I just figured this would probably be the easiest way to do it and to show the gal that had asked. It'd be easiest for her to see it this way. So here's a couple examples of ones that I have done. This one doesn't like to stay very well. There's a music note one. It's just got some pink and then the black and white music note back behind it. And then this one in the center is an I Am Roses flower that I got from Karen in my very first rack that I had ever received. Actually, it's been my only rack so far. So thank you again, Karen. I love those flowers, and it's been hard for me to use some of the items that you sent me because I just don't know if I'm going to get any more anytime soon. So anyway, I've also been rolling my own roses, or at least trying to. Some obviously have turned out better than others. And then this flower, this yellow part of the flower, I had just folded and I was having a hard time staying together, and so I needed a base, and I had this temporary base, I guess, just laying around, and so anyway, I stuck it on there. I don't know if I'm going to use that one yet or not, but anyway, so I'll show you a couple ways of doing these. Let's see. I have these, well, if I could get it in the light, these little embossing tools, and they have different size balls at the end for embossing, but I have it on my McGill foam pad, and I have one McGill punch that I just don't use. I have it on eBay, in fact, right now, but I don't know, it's a flower that wasn't for me, and it was very difficult for me to put it together. So anyway, you just cut out a big swirl, and this one I've cut off of my Silhouette machine, but I just go around with the biggest end and just push on it so that it gives it some form. You can see how it starts to curl up. And then I just grab the end of it. Let's see if I can do this. Most of you probably know how to do this, but the gal that had asked me didn't. So I told her I would show her. And then you just keep rolling. I just used the tweezers enough just to get for the first little bit. And I just keep my fingers down here at the top and at the bottom. You can see how I'm just rolling it up. And you're going to get different sizes, or different lengths, I'm sorry. And it's okay that it's that tight, because in the end, we're going to loosen it up. So you roll it all the way to the end, and then this is your base. I didn't roll it quite far enough. Alright, there you can see how tight that is, but if you just let it go, then it becomes your rose. And then you just add some glue of some sort. I usually use my hot glue gun for these ones anyway, just because it's such a heavyweight cardstock. I have seen some people using the glossy accents, and then also the Tombow liquid glue I've seen some people use as well. But I don't have it glued, and so it's hard to really kind of get it to do what it's going to do, but that gives you the gist of it. Now there's different, if you see the edge on this one is just a plain scallop edge, and this one has like a spikier top on it, which is this flower. And then I just cut out several different, like these. I cut out on my Cricut or my Silhouette machine. Here's some smaller ones. And I cut out that one. And then just some wavy ones. But if you take this one and you just I push pretty firmly when I'm using the cardstock, or at least this heavy cardstock. Obviously if the paper is thinner you don't want to push too hard, but see how it's already starting to curl? And there's really no wrong way of doing this. I mean, you can do more to make it curl up more. You can do less, obviously, if you want it to lay down more. But I don't know if you can see how it curled, and that's all I've done. Now, on the leaves, on like this one, I usually spray it lightly with some water just to moisten it up to make it a little easier. But you can either grab your tweezers and roll back to make your petals. You see how it curls back a little bit. Or you can just take your embossing tool. I usually do this once it's all glued down, by the way. But you just curl it backwards. And again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. So, and if you want it, I mean, it's very easy to work with. So if you want it like the center of your rose tighter, you just twirl it back up again. And I've kind of made a mess out of this, but anyway, it does its job, and that's about that. Here's a different edge. So this one is going to make a different flower. And I don't think I have this one done already. Actually, I'll just fold it. And that way you can see what it looks like. So this one definitely is not going to work as easy as I thought it was. Let's just do it this way real quick. Sorry guys. This one definitely wasn't the one to play with on video. So, we'll do this one. Oh, this one's going to be the same way as that other one, so I guess I just need to be more patient with it. And again, you can see how it is, but then when you let it go and you kind of manipulate it a little bit, there you go. And then you would do the same thing by curling the ends down. So, anyway, Christy, there you go. There's some ideas for you. And again, I cut all these out on my Silhouette machine just because, one, I don't have the funds to be able to go out and just buy a bunch of flower punches, but and two, it would be very silly for me to do that when I can cut all these out on my Silhouette machine and, you know, do it from here. So here's another version of it. But anyway, I hope this helps, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.